know it's just a crush. 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 No, it's just a crush. 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 You said hi and I thought, here we go. Can you tell that I am all but sober? Never realized my friends went home. Suddenly you're all I need. The situation that gets me frustrated, it's all in my head. I fall in love way too easily. Yeah, I always need to remind myself nothing of what I feel is real. But fuck, I'm such a drama queen. I know it's just a crush. 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 No, it's just a crush. 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 I know that it's just a crush, but I always read way too much into stuff. Nothing of what I feel is real. But fuck, I'm such a drama queen. I know it's just a crush. I know it's just a crush. I know it's just a crush. 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 I know it's just a crush. 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 I know that it's just a crush, but I always read way too much into stuff. Nothing of what I feel is real. But fuck, I'm such a drama queen. I know it's just a
All right. Good morning. We've got 3 in here. Don't be shy. Don't be shy, Nilang. All right. Good morning. We've got 3 in here. Don't be shy. Don't be shy, Nilang. All right. How's the audio? Ricky USA, welcome. Tim Zayak. Good morning, sir. How are you? All right. Sorry. How's the audio? As usual, we have Anim opening the show with a little music. Hope you like that. She is absolutely crazy dog. My God. She's picking up the kitten. She's been watching the mother cat. She's picking up the kittens by the neck and walking them around the house and placing them where she wants them. Again, she's not harming anybody. Oh, I hear some wind noise. Wait a second. There we go. That's better. We've got the aircon on. I don't need the. Oh. There we go. I thought I pulled up that little knob on the back. You know, the fan that goes. You got that little plastic plunger. Okay. Look at this. We got 8 in the room a minute in. That's pretty damn good. Glenn, good morning. Sorry, the topic isn't something a little more interesting to some folks. This isn't going to interest many people, especially my accuser. But it's time we got the truth out there about VA ratings and how you get them. Because apparently there's chismis going around. I'm not going to say it's going around about all veterans, but apparently Philo has lied to the Veterans Administration in order to gain monthly compensation for the rest of his life. That is the chismis. Now, many of you are saying, Walter, good morning. Welcome, sir. Many of you might be like me and you're thinking, I wonder if there's any evidence to support the chismis. And you guys, here's the best part. Here's the part that's going to blow your mind. Guess where the chismis is coming from? Anybody want to take a guess? Singapore Dan, good morning. Good morning to Singapore Dan. Tim Zayak says VA disability ratings are very difficult to get. You're correct, sir. I've already been through it. So we're here to educate those who, instead of getting the facts and coming to the people who are rated and asking them, they believe the chismis from the toilet bowl. Okay, now that's a new term on this channel. Anam, come over here, honey. You're going to get yourself in trouble. When you hear me refer to the term toilet bowl, I'm talking about Walking Street and the 1 or 2 square block radius surrounding it. Okay? It's amazing that I have to sit up here and inform somebody that what they're hearing within the toilet bowl might not be true. So everybody that you meet in the toilet bowl is either drunk. R.C. Dyer, good morning. Anyone that you meet in the toilet bowl is either 1, they're drunk, 2, they're about to sit down on the bar stool and get drunk, or 3, they spent the entire night last night drinking. So how much credibility could there really be in it? How much credibility could there really be? And why does Philo have to sit up here and tell you that? Come on. If you're going to confront me with a claim that's so preposterous as lying to the Veterans Administration, you better have some evidence, okay? Now, that's just the way it works in my country. Hey, see, she's crazy. The Yaya says there's a moo-moo in the house that's fucking with her. Stop it. And when we take her to the new house, okay, when we take her over to the new house, she's as good as gold. She doesn't act up. Now, what she's doing with the kittens there, that's just a motherly instinct that she has, even though she's young. She is watching the mama cat move these cats around the house. By the way, they're all doing great, mama and the kittens. And they've won themselves a new home in Timog Residences here shortly. We should be moving. So Mama Cat hit the jackpot by showing up on our doorstep that morning. Now, I was going to let all this go, believe it or not. This incident happened a little over a week ago. And now it's always best, and I've always said this, whenever you're confronted with something that might just ruffle your feathers here or there, it's always best to wait before you reply. Or you treat the person like they're a troll and you just completely ignore them. But this is something that can't be let go, because not only are you falsely accusing me, you're shitting on every veteran who's rated. You're shitting on every veteran who's rated. Thank you. I said it. With that comes allegations of infidelity. And I want to speak to that too. And then we're going to move on, because we're going to have a couple of veterans on here. I'm going to explain what I went through to get rated, and we're going to have a couple of other veterans on. There are also allegations from the toilet bowl of infidelity by Philo. What is that? Is that a boo? Or is it laughter? Or is it applause? Which one's appropriate there? I'm not sure. Okay, I'm going to make this very simple for my accuser. who will remain anonymous forever and ever. Don't stick your nose where it doesn't belong. You know nothing at all about the relationship that I have with Ma'am Jonah Dona. You know nothing about her. You know nothing about us. And again, if you're going to accuse somebody of something, you better bring some evidence to the table. Because chismis from the toilet bowl is not going to fly. It's never going to fly. Okay? Where are we? Nobody's commenting. I have everyone's attention. Or is this thing frozen? Let's move on. There's nothing else that needs to be said other than the fact that, additionally, Jonah is on standby here 24/7 to do a video chat with you where you can discuss your allegations of infidelity. And she's more than willing, she knows everything. She's more than willing to talk to you about that, okay? But my guess is you're probably not going to go for that. Yeah, don't let that million peso smile fool you. She's very likely to tell you to go F yourself and to mind your own business. You're meddling in the private life of another person. And nobody gives a shit what you think, okay? That's definitely applause. Now let's move on. Let's move on, folks. Let's get on to what we're here to talk about. Now, I applied when I was in the Marine Corps. I was a cannon cocker, okay? I was a cannon cocker, 81 millimeter and 60 millimeter mortars. And I'm not whining about this. I'm explaining what happened to me and my experience. Some people confuse that with whining. I was in the Marine Corps from 83 to 87. We had, the only thing that we had, you see how crazy she is? The only thing we had were these little earplugs that you roll up. You stick them in your ear and they're supposed to expand, okay? They're supposed to expand and keep all of that detonation out of your head. Well, it didn't work. And everybody that I'm in touch with who had the same job that I had, which is basically firing an 81 millimeter cannon, and your head's right next to the tube when it goes off. Everybody has the same problem. They hear train whistles in their head all day long, 24/7. Now, I chalked this problem up to, well, that's what you get, Phil, for being in the Marine Corps. That's what you get. You're going to have to live with this now the rest of your life. And I was wrong. I was also very ashamed of my military service because all of my brothers had served on the field of combat in Desert Storm, Afghanistan. I wasn't really proud of my military service. It wasn't until I came here and talked to many other veterans that I realized how important what I was doing was to the defense of the country as well. My God, I am. I'm gonna have to put you in the cage, honey. Daddy's busy. I'm trying to, I'm trying to get stuff done here, honey. Now, I've got CJ to thank. Okay. I had already been turned down. I kept my letter of denial from the Veterans Administration, which was dated March something 2012. The reason I applied was because I knew I was moving here to the Philippines. I had selected Philippines for retirement, and I knew there was a Veterans Administration in Manila. And I thought, hey, man, if I can get basic medical, look how much that might help me. It might catch, we might catch pneumonia in time or who knows what. Anyway, so CJ went through the process. And you guys know that CJ was my neighbor over there for quite a while at Doc A condos. And he's talking to me, Philo, you gotta go, you gotta go, you gotta go. And I'm like, CJ, I'm never gonna get anything, dude. I was just a 4-year serviceman, who did a lot of cool shit, who blew up a lot of cool shit. It was a great job. Uh, there's nothing funner than blowing up old tanks that are 6 miles downrange, and you hit that thing right on, head on. You see it come up off the ground about a foot. Well, I don't see it. My forward observer does in his binoculars. Anyway, CJ finally gets me into the office of the people who help veterans get rated. And don't share your vape with your puppy. No, Tim, I only share cigarettes with the puppy. And you're right, the foam earplugs do not work. Yeah, high explosive tinnitus. Thank you. We're getting to that, Tim. They actually, in the USA, if you apply, they're trained to say no, and they're hoping that you just go away. That's how bad it is. Lex 500, welcome to the live stream, and yes, I am. I was just there yesterday. It's amazing. Changes your life, especially if you have ailments. For example, I'm getting off topic, but I need to address this too for Lex 500. I had acid reflux really, really bad, and it's gone now since I started doing this Korean spa thing. Well as well as all of my joint pain. Stop it. She's eating a hole now in the bottom of our couch. So our brand new furniture. Crazy dog. Tim Zion, I've got it to a point where, you know, I have to find something when I'm to sleep. I've got to like turn on a fan or something. I need white noise. Otherwise, it's just like, and if I'm trying to have a conversation and there's background music, I get embarrassed actually because I have to ask somebody to repeat themselves over and over again. It's the same with Jonah. And the bad thing about this is if you're an impatient foreigner like me, eventually you just give up and you smile and give the thumbs up. And anyway, that's the way it is when you have really bad hearing. Now, for me, it was easy because it's documented on my exit interview that I had 15% hearing loss at the age of 22. I had lost 15% of my hearing. So for me, getting rated for tinnitus or for hearing impairment, doesn't matter what the rating is, the percentage. We don't even need to talk about that. That's all available online, you guys. It's public information. If you want to know what somebody gets for hearing loss, it's all available online. Just research it. The percentages don't matter in this particular case. So CJ finally gets him into the office, and he gets me in front of Tom Barr, who's just this great guy who's helped so many people. And Tom is telling me how it's going to go down because he's already been through this 1,000 times with other veterans. And he said, yeah, this is going to happen. That's going to happen. We're going to get you into the doctors and get a hearing test. And then, we're going to get you rated for tinnitus, and we'll get you rated for migraine headaches. And I'm just laughing at the guy, he'll always tell you. He reminds me of that. He goes, when you first came in here, you were laughing at me. And now you're not laughing anymore. And he's right about that. And it's not just the monthly benefit, you guys, the money. It's the actual medical related side of this that's important. So now what's going to happen is my hearing gets worse. I can get a hearing aid from the VA, which, stop it, which is going to help me, a great deal. I don't need it now. Actually, I probably do need it now. I'm just, not real anxious to put a hearing aid on. So, Rory Thomas, welcome to the live stream. Okay, let's keep going. So Tom gets me set up with all these appointments. I do 2 psych evals. These were phone interviews, 2 different psychiatric evaluations, which were about 20 to 30 minutes each on the phone. And then they took me over for a hearing test. There's CJ Abroad here at Clark Medical. Now, let me tell you something about the hearing test. For those of you who think everybody's lying, this hearing test was an hour long. And the lady, female doctor, really nice. She runs you through the hearing test the first time and she logs everything, how you reacted to the tones. Okay, and then she sends you back outside and lets you sit for 10 minutes or so, brings you back in and runs you through the same hearing test backwards or with all the tones jumbled because she wants to see if you react the same way. You see, they are also concerned about fraud in this program. They're also concerned about fraud. So you take the same hearing test twice, but the second time you go back in, all the tones are jumbled. They're not in the same order. She wants to see if you respond the same way. And obviously, if you don't respond the same way, or if you're all over the place, she may cancel the test and you got to wait a month to get tested again. Or she may just flat out deny you. Okay. Same with the psych evals. The psych evals, same thing. And there was another lady that called me about the migraines. That was a doctor. And that was another 30, or no, it wasn't 30 minutes, maybe 20 minutes. She called me on a Sunday afternoon. And we talked. And then all of them put this information together. And by the way, and then I finally got rated. It took 14 months for me to get my rating letter from the VA. So no, it's not something that's easy to do. It's not something you can fake. Yeah, my new car has arrived. I'm picking up my new car today. So that's kind of exciting. Lived in the Philippines for 6 years and buying my first car. Yeah, it's cool. CJ, did you want to come on? We've got time. I'll send you the, I know. I'll send you the link. If you want to come on and tell your story. See how I always hum? I've got to stop doing that. I do that in my vlog. And I don't even notice I'm doing it until I'm in the editing room. Okay, I'm going to place the vlog in our group chat, okay? You guys can come on. It's there. I'll see you in the screening room there when you come in. We'll let you guys come on. Anybody who wants to join. I've got one more place I've got to put it, right? For Joe, DJ Joe. DJ Joe said he would be on too. Oh, I covered that already. Where is DJ Joe? He's in our chat, right, Rory? Yeah, it's the four of us. Boom, there he is. CJ Abroad. In the house, baby. A Shellback's live. Welcome to the live stream, brother. A Shellback. Nice. I'm a Shellback. Okay. This is important here from Rory. Thank you, Rory. I thought he was. CJ Abroad, give us an audio check.
Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, perfect. Man, that microphone you got is tits up, brother.
Yeah, it's pretty cheap. Actually, I bought two of them just to do podcasts and stuff with. So when you move down here, we'll do our live streams and have two of them hooked up.
I'm getting excited just listening to your voice. That was funny, by the way. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
There's a delay.
Yeah. No, there's not a delay. I'm half asleep. Yeah.
All right. CJ, thank you, brother, for guiding me in the right direction. I was laughing at you. I was laughing at Tom. I was laughing at all of you. And you guys made a believer out of me.
Yeah.
Now, I'm sure this will do nothing for the toilet bowl, but
no,
they're in the toilet bowl.
Yeah, I don't really care. It's fine.
Yeah. Tell us
You know,
about.
everybody has their opinion, you know, and of the VA, and I think there's a misconception about the VA that, you know, basically if you're not missing John Rosario, good morning.
There's John. I met John at my hearing test, actually, for the
Yeah,
first time. Long time subscriber, John Rosario.
he's a good guy. He's from Guam, I believe, and he comes into Gazua.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of people think that, you know, in order to get any kind of VA rating, you've got to be, you know, missing arms or legs or have some sort of crazy severe PTSD, and it's just really not true. Everybody has a very different experience in the military, you know, and I mean, the outcome is for everybody is totally different. Like, you know, no, I never saw combat. I've been to Iraq and Afghanistan. I've seen some really, really crazy shit. A lot of dead bodies, a lot of body parts, things of that nature that most people don't get to see, you know. And that shit will mess with you, I promise you. And maybe I didn't actually see the combat itself, but I saw the outcome of it. You know, and for years when I was in Germany, I can tell you that every single medevac mission that took off from Afghanistan or Iraq landed on my flight line, and I was the first person on those planes. And I've seen some pretty crazy things. I was always the first person on the plane. That was my job. I was working Air Terminal Operations Center, and I was always the first person on the plane. They wouldn't let anybody else on the plane until I came on and got numbers and things of that nature, and then I release everybody to go do their whatever they had to do. Everybody's got a different experience, and you know, for me, you know, I took my medical records over to Tom, and yes, I could have easily done it myself, but there's a lot that I didn't know about the VA, and where Tom kind of stepped in was like, you know, that was extremely helpful. He's such a good guy. Tom is one of the best guys I know in the world. You know,
That's true. That's true.
You know, they went through my medical records, and I ended up getting rated for everything I pretty much ever went to the doctor for. Yes, it's a small amount each rating, but it all adds up to something, you know. And the great part about it is being here in the Philippines, they have the foreign medical program. So everything that I'm rated for, you know, I can go over to Medical City and get seen for free for the rest of my life. So that's really the benefit of it. It's not really the money. Yeah, of course, it gives me a different lifestyle, I suppose. But reality is, you know, we get to be seen for free over here. And there's, you know, this is actually, I'm not 100% sure on this, but I'm pretty sure that Medical City here in Clark is the only hospital in the Philippines that does have a foreign medical program that pays up front. You could use the foreign medical program all over the Philippines, but you do have to pay up front and then go for a reimbursement. They actually have a TRICARE office here and a FMP, which are right next to each other. Yeah. Many times. Well, talking to John Rosario there. Yeah. I definitely seen some crazy
Joe
stuff.
King.
DJ Joe in the house. Yeah. Yeah. See, like having the extra person to come through and to kind of look through, because, you know, I slipped a disc in my back and I still have like back problems all the time. Sometimes, like if I can't sit for a long period of time or stand for a long period of time, even lay down, like I have to be moving around, like, or it just like almost like seizes up. I can't hardly move. I have to get up, like stretch and stuff. It's, you know.
And you're a young guy.
Yeah, I'm only 40. And you know, my knees are bad, my shoulders are bad. Like there's like I can barely lift my shoulder up without any kind of pain. And I'm only 40 years old. Like I loaded aircraft for 20 years.
Good point, Rory.
Yeah.
It's just, I think, education.
Yeah.
And I don't know. For some reason, Philo's life has become very interesting. And I don't get that because I'm the smallest channel in the city. I get the least amount of views.
Besides me.
Because I don't film the toilet bowl, so I don't get any views. That's all anybody's really interested in is the toilet bowl.
Yeah.
So
I mean, my channel is going to be family vlogs and moto vlogs. I got the family, they're coming today. So they actually will be here in a couple hours. I'm looking forward to that. And yeah, karaoke nights at Philo's and Mark's and mine house. And
Yeah, baby. We got to do that Monasterio de Tarlac. Oh, dude,
yeah,
you missed a barn burner of a ride that morning. It was so good.
yeah,
It's amazing that they built this fully developed road, and it really goes nowhere but to that Monasterio de Tarlac.
yeah.
And it's 4 lanes asphalt with
Oh,
striped
wow.
lines. It looks like something in the United States.
Yeah.
There we go. We've got our brother. Okay, Mark says outstanding. I have to admit, I was very leery of this chat because of the title. Yeah. Well, all I can do is try.
Yeah.
There's DJ Joe. Give us an
Oh, there we
audio
go.
check, brother.
Audio is good. Can you hear me?
Okay,
Yep.
yeah, we got you. Singapore Dan, thank you, brother. Thank you for that. DJ Joe, anything you want to add that, and
I
CJ
was a
too,
little
I know
late.
you're not done.
No.
I was a little late to the stream. I don't really know too much what you guys talked about as far as disabilities. Like CJ, I'm also 20-year Air Force retired. I worked on
Yeah.
airplanes and helicopters for 20 years.
Right.
So being a mechanic on airplanes takes a toll on your body. It really does.
Yeah. We were really just talking about the fact that there's chismis going around that everybody's faking this. Actually, it's not everybody. It's me specifically, that I faked everything to become rated, So we need to put that to bed somehow. And the only way I can do that is bring other veterans in who got rated, tell their story about how hard it was to get rated. And I'm now 16 months in and haven't received any compensation. And again, I never thought I would receive compensation, but it's not easy to do. You're not going to walk into the VA Veterans Administration and faking all of your symptoms and come out with a big payday. It doesn't work that way.
Nope.
Yeah. I filed right before pandemic in 2019. I retired in 2019. I moved here to the Philippines the same year, and I filed with I didn't go through Tom. I went through the VFW or American Legion. American Legion. Yeah, American Legion. I went.
So you probably use the same guy. Use Joel.
I used 2 different RAOs. One was Tony Houston, and the other one was Dr. Mike.
Oh, okay.
They are no longer, from what I hear, they're no longer RAOs, like certified RAOs. If you don't know what RAO is, or not VSOs.
VSOs,
VSO, Veteran Service
VSO.
Yeah. I went through them in 2019. And in February of 2020, I got my rating. But unfortunately, just like the Philippines, during the process of my claim, we had a brownout.
Wow.
So all of my claims that I put in didn't actually get submitted because of the brownout. So when I got my my luck. So when I got my final decision in February of 2020, I started looking at all my service-connected disabilities. I'm like, I'm missing a lot. Like they weren't even looked at. So I was thinking, okay, maybe the VA just didn't give me a 0% on certain items. So I went back to my VSO and I explained to him, I'm missing a lot of claims. And then I brought it to his attention that we had a brownout during that time when we sat down and he was submitting my claim. And he said, that's right. So he went back into his system and he verified and he confirmed that a lot of the claims I put in didn't go through, didn't get pushed through. So, and of course, now what happened the next month of March 2020? The world went to shit, right?
Yeah.
So I didn't continue. I wasn't able to continue the VA process until a year and a half later because of the pandemic.
All right.
So yeah, I mean, it was hard. CMP exams, they're no joke. They look at everything. So even if you are faking, you got to be a pretty damn good actor to fake, because these doctors, they're not dumb. You know, they're
Right.
credited by the VA to look at your disabilities and what your claims are, you know, between range of motions, hearing loss.
Yeah.
And of course, psychiatrists, you know, you have to, if you are getting rated for mental health, you know, they look at all these symptoms. So, you know,
Yeah.
I mean, me personally, you have to be a pretty good actor to,
so yeah, you know,
to fake the funk.
I worked on the flight line every day for 20 years and I didn't get hearing.
Yeah.
I did a hearing test and somehow I never lost any hearing. So they didn't give me any.
You know what that is, CJ?
Huh.
We wear our PPE.
Yeah. I mean, I did, but I mean, like,
no, I hear you.
That was like one of those things like throughout my entire career. They're like, oh, you do 10 years or more in the flight line, and you're guaranteed to get 10% for hearing. And I didn't. So
yeah, no, I'm the same way, CJ. On the
yeah.
I don't want to say I have perfect hearing, but that day I took my hearing test.
Yeah.
You know, I didn't have any buzzing going on that day. I mean, they just caught me on a good day where, you know, I do get buzzing every now and then. It's just that day I took my hearing test. Yeah. I wasn't having any hearing and any ringing in my ear. So,
and I'm not rated for tinnitus either, but like I can't be in a silent room or it just beep.
Yeah.
If it's silent, it's not silent for me. It's louder for me than it is when there's actually like noise. So,
yeah.
But I didn't actually get rated for tinnitus.
Yeah. You know, and that's unfortunate. But you know, it's always down the road if you want to open that book again. You know, you have that option.
You know, they put the thing like they jam that thing in your ear when you do that tinnitus test.
Yeah.
And I don't know what their their sonic waves or whatever they're. I don't know how. Actually, I'm not a doctor, so it just didn't come up with nothing. So I was like, all right, well, I mean, this is what I'm doing. What's happening? Like, I have to sleep with like people talk about how like the wall mounted air conditionings are so loud. If I don't have one, I won't sleep. I gotta have the wall mounted. Like I don't have a split type air conditioner in my room because it's too quiet.
Mm-hmm. You know, for the longest time, I always ran a fan, whether it be a ceiling fan or electric fan. I always ran a fan.
Yep. Diana hated it because in the middle of the winter time, I got a fan on me. It's colder than hell outside, and I got a fan blowing on me.
I got the same issues, brother. I got the fan on all the time.
Yeah.
I have the split type AC in my bedroom now.
No,
there you go.
And I guess with that the background noise of the AC running, you know, to me that's sufficient.
Yeah.
As opposed to a fan. Yeah, but back in the States, you know, we didn't have split type ACs then. I mean, I didn't have one. I had the central air.
Central.
So you know how it is. It would come on and off every now and then.
Yeah.
So to have that constant background noise, I would run the ceiling fan, and my wife hated it. It'll be like 30 degrees outside, and I got the fan blowing, and I got the AC on, and
nice.
But yeah, I hear you guys.
Put a live chicken in the room.
Yeah.
Anyway, thanks.
Sorry to hear about people. I guess chismissing about your disabilities, Philo.
Well, that's all right.
Unfortunate.
That kind of thing happens, you know.
Yeah.
It's all a part of putting your life out there.
Yeah.
In this media, and you never know who your friends really are, right?
Yeah.
You never know.
You know, it's so easy for those people who've never served in the military, active duty.
Yeah.
To have an opinion, and you know they're entitled to their own, you know, but it's so easy for those who never served to judge.
Yeah, like I was saying before you came in, you know, a lot of people think that you know you're only getting a rating from the VA if you have some crazy severe PTSD or you're missing arms and legs, and I'm like, well, everybody has a different experience in the military, you know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And you know, like I never saw combat, but I mean, I saw, you know, a lot of remnants of combat, you know.
You've been deployed to combat locations.
Yeah.
You know, CJ. Yeah. So you may not have been in firefights, but
no,
I'm almost certain you were in the same place as I was, and we were getting mortared a lot.
Oh yeah, we got mortared.
And that shit takes a toll on your psyche, bro.
Yep.
Whether it be alarms going off, you know.
Yeah.
Loud
Probably
explosions.
One of the most minor things that happened to me in Afghanistan was every night after work, I'd get off at midnight, and I would go over to the gym, and I would run on these treadmills, right? And this is just a minor story. Like, this is almost nothing compared to, like, the rest of the shit that I saw and that happened. Well, one night we got stuck on the flight line. We ended up working late, and rockets hit those treadmills that night and destroyed them all. So if I'd have got off work on time and went to the gym like I normally did, I would probably be dead now. I probably would have died in Afghanistan at the gym.
Jeez.
There's your exchange rates up on the bottom. In case I forgot to put them on. There they are. Current temps, things of that nature. Oh, by the way, this might be the very last live stream from the barangay of Da'u.
Yeah.
Because we are moving over to Barangay Anunas.
Yep.
I don't know if that's going to happen before next Tuesday.
Yep. I'm already over here. Matter of fact, I hung out with Mark last night. We did some karaoke last night.
Oh, nice.
Yep. It was fun.
Tim Zayak, none of my disabilities can be seen just by looking at me.
Yeah, most people are that way. The vast majority of people are that way. It's people can cope with the problems that they got to deal with the problems they have. Like, you know, I stay home a lot. I don't really like to go out very much. You know, this is where I'm happy.
Yeah. I think that's going to be me too. I think I'm going to dive into Microsoft Flight Simulation 2023 and just lose myself flying a 747 somewhere.
Yeah.
Because the place is full. And you know, once we get the kids, both the kids here, then that's an awesome place to have a couple of kids because you know, they've got that giant playground, they got the swimming pool.
Yeah.
We will be living at the swimming pool once Jonah's daughter gets here in December.
Yeah. My daughter gets here today and she's going to drive by that swimming pool. She's going to drive by that swimming pool on the way and be like, you need to stop here before we go home.
Yeah.
She's hey guys, she's make sure I don't want to find out there's a housewarming from a vlog. Make sure I get the invite.
Oh yeah, of course.
Oh man, come on, now, Joe. Can we just join hands and sing "We Are the World" right now? Can we do that? Huh? Bob's got an important comment here. Let's see what he's got to say. The important thing is that whenever you see a doctor for something who isn't VA, make sure you always take that paperwork to the VA for them to input it. Yeah. That way you have a paperwork trail showing you were seeing someone for your problem. This was something I didn't do. Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and let's talk about that. What happens? You have to do an annual also, right?
Yep.
Once you're rated, you have to go to Manila every year and get...
Twice a year.
Twice a year. I'm twice a year. Yep.
And if you improve, they can take that rating away from you.
Yep, that's true. Also, I get called by a psych doctor every month. They just call. I don't go there to meet them. They just call me, and we have a little chat for 15 minutes or so.
I got a referral a couple months ago from the VA to get seen at Clark Medical City Center. So I'm not going to get into that other story, but no. And that was my first time to go to Clark. VA service connected disability for an appointment. But in order for me to get seen at Clark, I had to get that referral from the VA.
Yeah.
From there, I was able to go to Clark, go to the admin office, let them know that I need to get seen, and then it was from there. It was like they knew what they were doing. It was clockwork.
Nice.
Yeah, and then once I was seen, the doctor gave me his findings, and I submitted when I went to my appointment, which so happened to be like maybe 2 weeks later in Manila. I brought all my findings from Clark, and I gave it to my PCM, and they looked at it, they input everything in the system, and it was pretty easy.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, I just go to I haven't done anything here yet. At Clark, other than like one thing, I guess, but that was a while ago. But I just go to the VA doctor down there. They're pretty good down there. It's quick.
Yeah.
Even when there's a lot of people. Last time I went, there was a lot of people in there, and it was still in and out within an hour. Matter of fact, my appointment was at 9:00, and I'm an early person. I've never been late to anything in my life. I ended up showing up at like 8:15, and I walked out of there at 9:05. My appointment was at 9, so I was done by 9:00, a little after 9:00.
Nice.
Wow, that's a quick appointment.
Yeah, they're very efficient
proficient
down there. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they tell you to get there
Everybody's-
90 minutes early to do blood tests. So I get there 90 minutes early. That's right. I got there at 7:30. I had my appointment at 9. I got there at 7:30, get my blood test, and then they just kind of go right through the process by then, so you don't really have to sit around and wait. So I was into the doctor by like 8:15, even though my appointment wasn't until 9.
I have a thing now, CJ, where after I'm done with my blood work, I always go to the receptionist.
Yeah.
And I let them know, like, hey, I just want to confirm my appointment's like in an hour and a half from now.
Yeah.
Do you want me to come back? And most of the time, and I've done this every time. Most of the time, they always say, "Hold on, let me confirm if they want to. They might want to see you now since you're here."
Yeah.
Which
I don't do that. But they just called me anyway. I didn't do that.
Oh, do they?
They came right back with like Chris Williams. Yep. All right. And I go right to the back and did my thing and with the doc, and then you go to the pharmacy and get your stuff, and then you go on.
Yeah.
Nice.
Set up your other appointments because my next appointments are already set for April. Right? No, October, I think. I already have appointments set for that. Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, it's a very, very smooth process. There's something I was also looking at, because Diana's looking to possibly get a job, and I was like, well, that's technically American Hospital down there, and she's a nurse, and she's already been a nurse in England. And I was like, I wonder if they pay the same as the United States, being that's a U.S. doctor down there, because they're all Filipinos that work there.
I talked to a few of the techs, and they do make like U.S. pay.
Do they?
Nice.
All right.
Yeah, they make U.S. pay. Yeah.
Because
so I mean,
she's a hard charger. She wants to make money. She wants to do her thing.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's not a bad idea. You could work at a U.S. hospital, but living here in the Philippines.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because they don't pay them shit here. It's like it's sad.
Either
you're a nurse here making $400 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's true.
Yeah, I talked to some of the I talked to some of the techs who were doing the blood work, and I just asked them, "Do you like working here, or would you prefer working like at a medical city center?" And they're like,
they probably laughed at you.
No, they were like, they were quick. Yeah, they were like,
Yeah.
no, we're getting paid US type money here, so this is where it's at.
Hey, Philippine Antics, how are you?
Good morning.
Yeah. I wonder how you even go about doing that type of job if you.
I would imagine you would have to apply through. I mean, obviously the VA, but you'd have to go through the U.S. Embassy and whatnot. I don't know.
Yeah, I also wonder if maybe they're not U.S. citizens in any way. They are Filipino citizens, 100%, right?
That I didn't ask. I didn't ask about the citizenship, but yeah. But they did say that it's like for how the guy was mentioning. He basically told me in an analogy, it was like winning the jackpot to get a job like this, like the lottery.
Nice.
Yeah.
That'd be cool if your wife can.
Yeah, that'd be awesome if she could do that, because I want her to be happy, and I think that she's happy being a nurse, but now we have a situation living here, so she gave up her job in England to come here.
She'd probably, if she does get it, let's see down the road. I mean, I don't know your living situation. I mean, you just moved.
Yeah, I don't really want to live in Manila, but if that's I can, I'm retired, so I can live anywhere.
Yeah, I'm sure you can adjust.
Yeah. But down in that area, that's a pretty quiet area down where the VA's at. You're near Mall of Asia and all that stuff. It's not too far away, and there's a lot of condo buildings down there. You can probably get a pretty nice place.
Yeah.
PSI is awesome.
Yeah.
One of the better places to live in the city.
I don't think I get a place like this, for the price I'm paying here, but which like condos here are way more expensive than houses. I'm paying less here than I did at La Grande for a studio apartment, and I have a 3-bedroom house here. So,
yeah, that's true.
It's really not that expensive. I think people kind of have a misconception about Timog. They're like, "Oh, it must be just rich people live up there," and I'm like, it's really not that expensive to live here.
Yeah, that's true. When you look at the Candy properties, and you look at the place where you used to live, I mean, you're right on course there.
Yeah.
And over there, you're getting a house, Yeah. You're getting all the same things, the community pool, the house that are,
the gym
for the same price.
Yeah.
It's hard. It's really hard to pass it up. And, it was just by chance that I ended up moving in there because I went with you, CJ, to see your place.
Yeah.
And Crystal's like, "Oh, I've got another bungalow if you want to look at it, Philo." And I'm like, "Oh, I'm not really in the market right now. We're thinking about moving," but she showed me that house, and I was like, "Shit, I got to jump on this."
Like, I'm in the market now.
Yeah, you just changed my mind. This is the right thing to do for my family,
Yeah.
to move out there. It's the right thing to do for them. And that's what's most important.
Yep. So, like, Deve's going to be going to school next year. And then Diana's been looking at schools in the area. There's a ton of different schools in the area, private schools, international schools. That's going to be great. And there's no guarantee that's going to make her smart. And I've been reading a lot of reviews on the schools, and there are a lot of people complain about every school, but there's people complain about everything. So
there's two big international schools down your street, CJ. I'm sure you know of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. My son goes to one of them.
Westfield,
and then there's Noblest, which is further down.
Yeah.
Friendship.
Yeah.
Those, from my understanding, those are the two big bangers when it comes to international schools, which in our local area.
Yeah.
It just depends on how far you want to commute or how much you want to pay tuition. Yeah.
See, I don't like Dinah's looking at for like 60,000, and I was like, I'm fine up in like the 200,000 range, like Westfield or something like that. I think that's around that range. And to me, if that's the best school in the area, that's the one I want her going to. Again, that's not really going to make sure that she's intelligent. It's more of a status.
Yeah.
You say you went to Westfield, and now you got the bigger school. Colleges looking at you like, oh, well, you went to Westfield, okay, or you went to this other high end school. Yeah. Whether you're actually intelligent or not is a different thing. But but there's another great thing about the VA too is the VA will actually pay if your daughter or your kids are on your plan or whatever. The VA will pay for 144 different universities in the Philippines for your kids. There's 100. Yeah. If you go to the VA website, there's 144 different universities throughout the Philippines, and that was as of a year ago. That could be changed. Then the VA will pay for your kids to go to school.
And just here in Angeles City, there is a lot of universities that are they honor the VA.
Yep. And then one of those schools is Ateneo, which is like or Ateneo or whatever. It's one of the best schools, or if not the best school in the country, college wise. And the U.S. will pay for your kids to go there. The VA will.
Yeah.
That's another status symbol thing.
Bob Butler, there is a 1 p.m. after party at Bellissima Deli House, Hensonville, on Zeppelin Street. Don't worry, we'll make sure everybody gets there. Baptism's at 11:30. I don't expect everybody, people to go to the baptism, but the big thing is the 1 p.m. party at Bellissima Deli House in Hensonville.
Hensonville, off of Zeppelin.
And it is, it is included in the invite there that I put out on Facebook, as well as a map to the chapel.
Yeah, we'll be
and
there
Bob,
tomorrow.
Everybody that's on the CJ and Joe will be there, so you will meet them.
Yep.
Bob Butler, CJ, that's the guy I keep telling you we got to take a ride out to his house.
Oh, okay.
That's Bob.
Retired Air Force. Okay.
Yeah, he lives out in. He lives about 2 hours east.
Nueve Ecija. I know Diana keeps saying she wants to go there too. To see that place.
We might have to do a.
Bob, when's the invite for the next shindig?
I want to ride the motorcycle out there.
The housewarming, DJ Joe. Is that what you
mean? I was asking Bob when's the next shindig party at his house.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, Bob throws some ragers.
Yeah.
Bob lives on like a resort property. He's set himself up really nice. Hey, Bob, by the way, we got almost zero rain here in Angeles. Almost zero rain. And you guys got pounded. He called me last night at about 6:30 and said, just letting you know what's coming your way, man. And it was bad.
We got rain early yesterday morning, a lot. Like very early, like 4 or 5, 6 o'clock in the morning, somewhere in there. Maybe it rained till like 7 or something like that, a little bit of sprinkling. But we got a good rain early in the morning, I heard.
Rory says that DJ Joe needs to get on 2 wheels. I don't know about that, man. I don't know. Hey, you could always start out like Mark did.
Yeah,
a nice little electric jobby. That thing looks pretty cool.
Yeah, Mark said he wanted to ride down to Subic on that thing, and I was like, man, that thing tops out at 50 kilometers an hour, and it takes about 30 seconds to get there. And I'm like, I'll see you when you get there. If you guys want to ride down there, I'm like, I'll just meet you there because I'm not going to take 5 hours to get down there.
You don't ride an electric scooter to Subic.
No.
I wouldn't take that thing past Cafe 252 and back home again. That'd be about it.
Yeah. I mean, it's perfect to get around here. You want to go to the pool, you want to go up to the 7-Eleven, things of that nature, but to drive it all the way down to
okay, John. Sounds
to Subic.
good.
You know,
I don't have a big bike yet, John, but I'm getting there. My big bike is probably not till next year with everything we're going through now.
Yeah.
I just bought a car, which I'm picking up today. It's in. Finally.
Then I gotta run over and ride R2D2 back.
Yeah, that's the plan.
I'm gonna see how many wheelies R2D2 can do.
Unless you want to drive the new Geely, you can drive the new Geely back too.
Don't threaten me with a good time. I'll ride that thing. I'll drive it.
I trust
you.
Wait,
what are we talking about?
Don't worry. Yeah, the good thing is the dealership's right around the corner from where we live. So
yeah,
I can take the car right home and put it in the garage and leave it there until we're ready to do something as a family.
I'm just gonna walk over there actually, because that way I don't have another vehicle over there. I'm just gonna walk over there, and it's probably a 10-minute walk, maybe a little more.
Oh, here we go. Bob's. Oh, my birthday's the 11th. Bob's is the 18th. Our Yaya is 15th. A lot of people born in May. Don't mess with the bulge, you'll always get the horn. That's what they say, right?
My stepmother's was the 6th. It was Sunday. And then my oldest friend in the world, we went to kindergarten together. His is the 17th.
Bob says, bring your trunks for swimming. So are you saying no nude swimming? Bob? Really?
I guess it's a no pants party.
Oh, low bat. No, man. Hold on. See, I've got it over here ready to plug in. It's just, for you guys that don't know, I spent 32 years in the communication industry using test equipment that was in excess of $100,000 on my truck. And you got to exercise your batteries. And what I mean by exercising your batteries is never leave your phone plugged into a full charge. Let the phone run all the way down and plug it in and let it charge back up. You're exercising your battery. It will increase your battery life by 60, 70% if you do that.
Well, you know, you're way back in the day, you know, if you bought a phone back in, you know, the early 2000s, they would tell you that when you bought your phone. They would always say, let it die completely and then charge it all up a few times.
Our vendors were always on us. Our vendors were always on us. All the technicians about their test equipment. You got to exercise the batteries. Because a lot of guys wouldn't do it. They would leave it plugged into their generator on their truck 24/7, so it was always ready.
Yeah.
And Lucas, welcome. Welcome, brother. You guys, I think that's going to wrap it up. I only do an hour now. I appreciate you guys coming on. And see you tomorrow at the baptism.
Yes, sir.
Thank you so much for joining us. And we're all going to sign off right about now.
All right, take care, guys. See you tomorrow.
Later.